Welcome to the Zone. Today I'll be playing the role of a loner who was contracted by some scientists to investigate anomalous readings at an old abandoned farmhouse, which is also reputedly haunted. The house was abandoned anywhere from 30 to 40 years ago, and the old tenants and owners simply left, leaving much equipment, personal items, and possessions behind. Throughout the video, you'll see these items lying on the ground, outside, and anywhere and everywhere. Anyone who left in what seems like a hurry, and I don't know any of the history behind this house aside from what I've told you thus far. The previous owners are a mystery, and any other tenants, as it were, are illegal squatters or some form of ghost/monster. The house is a two-story home with a basement. The basement is impassable and has collapsed. A few shots were taken of the basement, but accessibility is limited. To help me with this mission, I brought my Alpine German light infantry backpack, which I've had for years. I've also brought an EMF detector to detect any anomalous presences. And to top it all off, I've also brought, for personal defense, an FNX 45 pistol with an extra magazine. Thank you for choosing to come along into the zone with me today. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Grab a snack and a drink, and let's explore. I began my journey by finding an ingress point which is about 100 meters from the nearest road. I trekked in undetected and began my journey towards the home. The path was mostly overgrown with trees, grass, and any other vegetation that you could think of. And upon inspecting the home, it's easy to see that almost everything has been destroyed. Siding, doors, windows, anything and everything that could be broken was broken, either by vandals or other things. I began my first approach to the home by inspecting a potential ingress point, looking for any anomalous behavior, any activity from either bloodsuckers, poltergeists, controllers, or potential bandits or vandals. The first sweep seemed calm, as if nothing had been there in a while. The carpet was old, musty, and looked like it had a burn mark. I took out my trusty EMF meter and got a baseline EMF reading for the home. There were no temperature spikes or EMF spikes, so I continued on my way. I came to the basement and saw that it had been almost totally collapsed inside. There was no real ingress point into the basement, so I continued on my way, taking a few shots and readings as I walked by. There was an old well or sump pit. I couldn't tell what. It was filled up with debris, and it looked like it had been opened for a very long time. I left it alone as it didn't seem to be of much interest. Conduit was ripped off of the house and falling down, and I was a little bit trepidatious about entering the home. I made sure that everything was clear and that there was no danger of collapse or anything like that, and I made my way in. Broken glass was everywhere, and as you can see, this was once a kitchen. Graffiti on the walls, as to be expected, but other than that, nothing of import. I took a quick reading here in the kitchen and this little closet area, and nothing seemed to trigger the EMF reading. The floor was a little rotted out, and this is what I suppose would have been the living room at one point. A ominous message of "I'm sorry" spray painted on the wall. I began the sweep of the downstairs first and actually found what was the front porch and main ingress point into the home. More graffiti, but again, nothing special. I analyzed to see if the symbol had any EMF, but nothing. I made my way upstairs to see if there was any readings that could be found up there. The stairs were completely full of debris and rubbish and broken glass, which made traversing them a little bit of an issue. They seemed stable enough, and I made my way up to the top. I took another reading, still nothing. I was beginning to doubt that this anomaly existed. I found a hole from the second floor to the first floor and investigated it a little bit. I found a room full of old clothing, a stepladder, everything else. I could hear rats squealing and mice in the other room. I went back to check because that old chair caught my eye, as did the dresser. It's almost like people just up and vanished out of this old home. I figured that I'd make my way out the main door, but I was met with some kind of mutated creature. It looked like a bee, but it was larger than any I'd seen before. I figured I would take a quick reading to see if anything was wrong with this bee, and then I went on my way. I saw some more graffiti from a local cult. I quickly documented it, and then went on my way. No EMF detected. Getting back out was quite simple after you got past the broken glass. I saw a few outbuildings, on the property, and I decided to explore those as well. I figured that I would make my first attempt into the shed that was closest to the old home. The shed was just as dilapidated as the house, and there were a few pieces of equipment left in it, mostly what looked to be like trash. I found some fungus that looked interesting, but other than that, there was nothing in here of worth. Before I checked out the main barn, I figured that I would check out another outbuilding to the northeast of it. There was a small trail through the grass. It could be from rabbits or deer, something like that, but I figured that I would follow it and see if there was anything out there. Again, this outbuilding was just as dilapidated, but I figured that I would actually test to see if there were any anomalies before I entered. I was starting to believe the scientists were a little wrong about this, but a paycheck's a paycheck. I made my final approach to the old outbuilding barn, and on the way there, I encountered a few insects, which I abruptly brushed off of me. There's quite a bit of equipment and resources left inside the barn, which must have been left by the previous owners. Through the roof, you can see there's a beam of light coming down, and suspiciously, there's a tree growing in the middle of the barn. A small sapling, probably a year old. I immediately went to it and got a picture of the surrounding area. An old combine, and then my EMF went off, and then abruptly went back to 0. Again, a 0.7 reading, and then going back to 0. No temperature spikes whatsoever, but there might be something to these scientists after all. I took a closer look at the little sapling, but it seemed like there was nothing extraordinary about it. After searching the area thoroughly and taking readings, I decided that it was time to make my egress. I made my way back to the main road and back to my vehicle. Thanks for coming along on this adventure with me, guys. I really appreciate it and had a lot of fun doing this. Although we didn't find anything super anomalous, it was a fun trip. One of the things I do regret is that basement. I wish I could get in there, and I might try that again in the future. Again, it was a very dilapidated basement and could collapse in on me, but hey, that's just, the digs. Thanks again, and stay tuned, guys, for more ghost hunting, stalking, urban/rural exploring. And until next time, I'll see you in the zone.